Hi, this is Sonia and welcome to my channel. In today's video, I am going to decorate this cigar box. It was $4.97 from Walmart. And the first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to remove the hardware. So when we paint it, we won't get paint on the hardware. And I'm going to use this tool set from the Dollar Tree, because you're going to need the very small screwdrivers to remove the screws. So I'm going to get the hardware removed and the label, and I'll be back. Alright, I have the label removed and the hardware. Now what I want to do is use my sanding block to sand the top and the edges. We want to make sure that there are no splinters or any kind of rough edge that may hurt the child. So you want to make sure you sand it really well. See that little splinter that just came off? We don't want any of that. When you rub your hand across it, you want it to be smooth and it doesn't snag your hand. They weren't that bad of a shape, but they did indeed need sanding. So when you get to your top, you want to make sure you always sand in the way that the grain of the wood is going. It's really smooth. Alright. So now I'm about to paint. My base color is going to be white for my box. And I will be using folk art paint. I'm just going to pour some on here. And I'm going to get these painted and dry, and I will be back. Our box is all painted. And I painted the inside as well. And the next step is we're going to create our rule lines for our notebook. I'm trying to decide which blue I want to go with, but this is the next step. I'm going to go and cut these, and I will be back. I thought I'd show you how I created the notebook paper before I cut it out. I used the rectangle shape to draw the line for the paper. You can make yours as thick or thin as you like for your box. I colored the lines here to simulate the paper. This is not going to be printed out. It's going to be cut out of vinyl on my Cameo. The red line was done the same exact way, and it was just placed in the opposite direction. So we're going to put our notebook holes here. This is a black circle, just with a white circle. We're going to cut the center of it out. So I'm going to realign that back in the center. And we're going to go to modify. Let me do this one down here. Modify and subtract, and it took the center out. So I'm going to do that for all the others. And I'm going to group this together. And I will cut this out of black vinyl, and when I get ready to decorate my box, once I get my lines down, I will place my holes here. And then we will put our other images on our box. So I thought I'd show you that right quick. I'm going to go ahead and cut the lines, and I'll be back. Okay, we're going to weed out our lines for our paper. Our images are dry also. They're dry, so we have those. I'm going to get this applied to the lid of the box. And I'll see you back in a minute. Okay, I got it down. And as you can see on the edge, I have extra. You don't ever want to cut it exactly on the edge, because you never know when you're going to mess up. And to be on the safe side, I just cut it a little extra. So I'm going to cut that off with my X-Acto knife. But you just want to make sure you got it down good. And it's going to be kind of hard on this edge because I didn't rub this part because it's not down on the wood. So I'm just going to lift that part off. And I won't have to do it to the other side because we're pulling from the left to the right. Okay. All right. All right, so I'm gonna get these ends trimmed up, and I'll be back. Okay, I got the box trimmed up, and now we're going to apply the other elements of the box. The first thing I'm going to put down is the notebook holes. And you can do your cigar box in whatever theme you wanted to do. If you want to do a particular cartoon character or whatever, but I just kind of like the school theme. It's a lot of moving parts to it, but in the end it comes out pretty cute. My circles don't look like they're straight. They're not. I wonder how did that happen? I didn't lay that right. I'm messing up. I would be messing up. Bring it to the edge some. For some reason, those circles are not looking straight. So I might have to, let's see. Let me hold it up. Yeah, it looks a little off. So let me get this cut. Okay, my camera cut off, but I'm back. So we're almost finished with the application of the decals. I'm gonna hold this up to make sure it's center. Take it off camera for a second. Okay. I don't know if I mentioned or not, the crayon images here are printed on cardstock. And the vinyl that I used is Orcal 651. So now we're going to place our images and kind of play around with the placement to see how they're going to look. So the only thing I have to do now is get these stuck down and then we will get the resin mixed up next. Like I say, this is a lot of moving parts to doing this project. Something not right about my broken crayon right there. I think that's how he goes, like that. Okay, so I'm going to do this off camera and I will be back. I'm mixing up the epoxy to cover the top of the box so it will prolong the life of the images and the overall appearance. I have on a mask if it's kind of hard to hear me because of the smell and just safety precautions. You're using resin. This will have to sit up for 24 hours to cure. So I'm going to continue to stir and apply the resin to the top. I'm going to end the video at this point and I will pick back up tomorrow and we will finish the box. Our box is complete and I would like to show you the finish and go over a few imperfections that I plan to correct the next time. The resin application, it took very well. The shine is amazing, but there are a few things that I want to fix going forward. The notebook paper lines, you can see them through the image, and I don't like that. So to fix that, I'm going to try using a heavier weight cardstock next time and sealing it more than 3 times. I think that would help. It came through on all 3 of the images. But I absolutely love the box, and I think a child will love it also. For those that are into making rolling trays, this would be a great alternative. You would have a rolling area plus storage. You can customize it with resin, vinyl, or you can sub on it on white glitter vinyl. So that was just an idea I thought I would share that I was thinking about as I was making my box. So if you made it this far without skipping, I appreciate you watching, and I'll see you on the next video.